Swiftest has fought with us before, but I don't really remember him specifically, so he probably didn't do very well. Hopefully he can do some work here. Looks like we have a hand warlock so far, Swiftest, and the mid-range hunter that Tensok would probably play last game. Ooh, Gladiator's Longbow, alright. That's a card that we've seen. I think we've seen that from Cross yesterday as well, so that might be like the Japanese spin on the mid-range hunter. Coining the Mad Scientist out, hopefully. Okay, yep. He's gonna keep his Knife Juggler safe.
I have a feeling this is just a non-meta deck, but it's fun. Gladiator's Bow is fun.
Yeah.
And it doesn't do half bad against Handlock either, actually.
Yeah, it would answer like Sludge Belchers really nicely,
and it keeps you immune from the 8/8s when you're attacking into them.
Oh, that's a good point, yeah. Wow, okay. And then Swiftest, looks like he's probably just gonna go for a tap. The board's kind of threatening, but hopefully... Okay, it's just gonna silence the Mad Scientist, looks like. Oh, he'd rather just tap. So Twilight Drake's probably gonna come down for like 8 or 9 health. And Animal Companion, maybe Leok is good here. Upper works too, I guess. Put it down fairly low, 16. Push it down to 14 and probably stop there. And then here comes down the first big... Oh, Hellfire, okay. And as far as the first trap, we get a Snake Trap. That's pretty good. He has a... Oh, okay. He already used his Knife Juggler. So that's not going to get any awesome value. And Sludge Belcher goes down. Now, it might get silenced, but hopefully he saves the silence for the Twilight Drake. He could try to get a lucky ping with the Knife Juggler and the Owl, but he does have the Web Spinners to try several times.
I think you really gotta get the, you gotta get rid of this Sludge Belcher with the Web Spinners and the Juggler.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if he silences it, he's probably off to a bad start, considering the Twilight Drake will probably come down. And, like, if he does the Knife Juggler, he has a Snake Trap up, so that's gonna get some work done. Oh, he goes with the silence. Alright. Okay, so pushing him down to 5, so...
All we really need is a Shadow Flame now.
Yeah.
Which we have in hand.
But he will get the 2 mana minion from the Shredder, so that could be kind of dangerous. See where the snakes go.
Hit the Sludge Belcher. Oh, and now you can't Shadow Flame it. But...
Yeah. Swiftest might have been thinking it's a Freezing Trap. Those are generally more common. Oh, and he gets a Mad Scientist. Wow. That's like the perfect 2-drop.
Yeah.
Do you think that's even better than a Millhouse Mana Storm?
For the Hunter?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, I was
Not
thinking
in this situation, but usually.
Yeah. So Swiftest goes with the Shadow Flame on an Owl, which is solid.
Oh wow, he's alive.
Yeah, he still gets a clean kill. Now, Tansoku might develop the King of Beasts here with the Web Spinner. That would get it up to, I think, 3 attack? Yeah. This is going to be 3/6.
Yeah, it's kind of a big deal not to hero power though.
Oh, yeah.
You want to make him have to taunt and heal.
Yeah.
If he can.
So
now he's forced to heal.
And with the Gladiator's Longbow, the Lothab will lock out, but he has taunt, so it shouldn't be too big of a deal. And it's going with Stand the Yeti's of Ice and hero powering every turn. Didn't have too much of a choice. The Mortal Coil would have been nice to play, but that's probably the only spell that he really would have worried about. Now, if he throws down the Sledge Belcher, he could do Unleash the Hounds and a King of Beasts to get up to 4 attack. And he gets the Beast.
If he could do the longbow and the Unleash the Hounds and Hero Power, he would win the game, but
yeah. Now this is...
Well, I think we'll probably see your play.
Okay, with the King of Beasts. The Unleash the Hounds would kill the second half of the Sludge Belcher nicely.
Right.
And then the King of Beasts would protect the damage Lotha from getting hurt by the Alarma bot or heal bot.
He's considering Mad Scientist and Hero Power.
Yeah.
Just because it is good to put your opponent on the clock.
Yeah. We've seen one Shadow Flame. We haven't seen a Hellfire yet, so that... The Warlock's probably hesitant in Hellfire considering he's so low. So he doesn't commit too much to the board yet. He does go with the Hero Power. Siphon Soul is probably nice. That's his only heal right now. So we're probably going to see a trade first to not proc the trap. And go for probably a Siphon Soul, and then as far as minions to develop, he would like a Farseer, but not that
Yeah, he'll
lucky.
be 1 damage off lethal if we see a Siphon Soul.
Okay. Siphon Soul would put him up to 8, and then the Hero Power and Gladiator's Longbow is 7. Oh, Draxus, okay.
Oh, this is actually a really good play.
Yeah, it seems pretty solid. Nice turn 9, you're nice and low. Now, he doesn't have any taunt givers for his Infernals, but hopefully that shouldn't mess him up too bad. And the second trap we get is a Freezing Trap. So that means it's probably going to get hit by an Infernal. So, Eaglehorn Bow's nice here considering you have a trap up, but it looks like he just wants to put as much pressure as soon as possible considering Draxus.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
Yeah,
There's the taunt giver.
Yeah, so Twilight Drake, just to give the second taunt target.
Shields up.
Okay. So we might see. Let's see. The freezing trap's probably going to get eaten by the defender, so that's not good. He might develop the beast here just to get the most power on the board.
How much mana is the Hero Power
Hero
when
power,
it gets popped back?
so it'd be 8.
Oh, okay.
The Infernals cost 6 when it gets popped back. That's a good question. I've never even thought about that before, but that would kind of suck. He'd probably never even play that guy again.
Mm-hmm.
So, Tamsoku almost has to just live for a couple turns, Hero Power every turn while doing that. Now, to live, he might be tempted to just throw down the King of Beasts with the Haunted Creeper. Just to kind of absorb the huge attacks.
Yeah.
Now, do you think he saves his bow charge or actually attacks something just to get it low enough that actually trades well with the King of Beasts?
I think you wait
Okay.
on it, but I guess not.
He decides to go for it. Looks like he might be setting up for a King of Beasts run with getting those two guys out. But I doubt they'll live, but we'll have to see.
It's kind of weird because he can even Mortal Coil with that, and he just gave away the weapon charge for free.
Yeah.
At least wait for your like haunted creeper to be on the board so you can finish it off, but it looks like he's gonna pop back the 2-3
Yeah.
and have the 6-1 out anyways, or not.
Okay, so Swiftest is trying to extend his life a little bit. That's his second Siphon Soul. Looks like he's...
Yeah. Pop it back, and then...
He could Hero Power and then... Okay, so he's going to choose the Hero Power next turn and not do it now. Twilight Drake's probably going to kill the 1/1 so it doesn't kill your Infernal. And that leaves Tansoku kind of on a 1-turn clock. Maybe he could survive 2 turns?
Nah, he's dead.
You think?
I think so.
On the board, we have 17 on the board right now, plus Drax's weapon, and plus the Hellfire, so yeah, he's probably pretty close to dead. The Hellfire plus the Dark Bomb from hand, so yeah. He could get...
Yeah, he's got 19, 20 with the Mortal Coil, 23.
Well, if you get a Misha and the King of Beasts out, that's another effective 10 health. Okay, so he's gonna...
Give up.
Yeah. He doesn't want to try for the Misha. Mountain Giant. Okay, that's the first time we've seen that, I think, so far. Well, actually, this is a completely new competitor, so, yeah.
So 3, 6, 4. You need 8 more damage in hand. Do you have it?
Well, no, you just trade in your weapon, trade in Finkelhorn, and that's perfect 6 damage. Then you need 4 more damage from hand, which is the Hellfire and the Dark
Oh yeah,
Bomb, right?
4 more damage. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so here we go. Nice. That's... Oh, he played that wrong. He just killed his big game hunter before actually... But it doesn't matter. He got it anyway. Alright, so he wins with 2 life, so bravo. And this is the first series in these guys' best of 3. Okay, this is game number 2 against these guys. Swiftest was barely able to take that last game against Tansoku. Tansoku ran a nice hunter, and then looks like he's going for the Control-y mage. Now this, do you think we have secrets in this mage? Maybe like a counter spell?
Yep. Definitely.
This is the Tempo mage.
Got lots of spells with the Sorc Apprentice.
Yeah. Some card draw, Arcane Intellect. Now, okay, so I recently learned that Arcane Intellect is valued a little bit higher than Duplicate, considering you get the extra 2 cards without any conditions, and your opponent can kind of play around Duplicate, so that's might be one of those replacement cards. Swiftest has a nice start with the Zombie Chow. Tansoku might be going with the Mad Scientist. He has both of them in his hand, so that's perfect. Oh, okay, so he doesn't... Looks like he's opting to go with that rather than...
Maybe he thinks that he's playing against Zoo.
Yeah, I think that would be like the only explanation. The Mad Scientist is a solid play, and he doesn't need to really worry about taking face damage from the Zombie Chow, so he could safely do Arcane Intellect on 3, take the face damage. Okay, alright, well, that works for him, I guess. So Tansoku's gonna basically sacrifice his Sorcerer's Apprentice. Oh, okay, so he has Kirantor Mage in there, so whenever a secret does come in hand, he'll be able to play it for free. But he might run out of minions. Hopefully not. Sometimes you have to play those Kirantor Mages just naked. Unstable Portal, okay. Oh, a Ragnaros. So some fun RNG cards coming in. Ragnaros for both players.
Yeah, if you have the Sork Apprentice and you do the portal, then it's kind of like you're innervating out whatever comes out.
Oh, that's a good point. The portal kind of saves 1 mana on the creature, but Circle Presence kind of changes that to 2.
Yeah.
Double Man Scientist. So this signifies that he's running more than one deck, or more than one secret. So we might see a Mirror Entity, we might see a counter spell. First one that goes up is a counter spell. So Swiftest just tested that secret with the Ancient Watcher to see what it was. And he knows that it's not Mirror Entity. Oh, and second Sorcerer Apprentice comes in hand. So looks like he doesn't want to combo it with Unstable Portal, he just does Unstable Portal. Oh, and he gets a really crappy minion. He gets the Abusive Sergeant. So that's basically a 2-mana Abusive Sergeant if we think about it. And he might just play that with a ping.
I mean, it's not the worst, but it's definitely not what you want.
Yeah. So we have Mirror Entity and Counterspell up right now. And as far as minions that could be dropped from Swiftest, it could be a Mountain Giant. Oh, looks like Defender of Argus.
My shield for Argus.
So that
Mortal Coil first, I think.
My shield for Argus.
well, the Mortal Coil is going to get bounced back. It's not going to go through. Do you think Swiftest kind of predicted that Mirror Entity by not playing the Mountain Giant? I think, yeah, I think he probably thought about that. That's why he kind of only wanted the Defender one target, or he sacrificed the Defender on.
Yeah, he played he played around it really well.
Yeah, even the first secret that went up, he played the Ancient Watcher just to test it. So second Unstable Portal is gonna grab a Blood Knight. So the Blood Knight generally costs 3, now it costs 0, but I doubt we'll see any Divine Shields. Usually you might see like an Anoitron, but probably not. Yeah, it's gonna save his Blood Knight. There's a potential for some AoE here, so just gonna hold on that. Second Mortal is finally gonna be able to go through. Gets a nice Lotheb. Oh, perfect curve. Okay. So he's a Sludge Belcher or Lotheb. Starting with the Sludge Belcher. Trades not well with the board. And now we have a problem where he has the Kirantor Mages, he has no Secrets in his hand, so they might be just played here as dry minions.
Yeah, they probably will. At least one will.
Yeah.
We have many secrets.
Both Mad Scientists have gone out, so we've seen 2 secrets so far, so I would assume that we would see the same secrets, just 2 more of them. Big Game Hunter comes in hand for the Ragnaros. So we might see a Rag here. We could see a Lotheb and a Kirantor. That's probably safer considering the Boombots. The Ragnaros is probably almost straight up going to die, either by a Boombot, Dr. Boom, or the Big Game Hunter that's inevitable.
Yeah, I don't see how Tensoku can win this game.
Yeah.
His deck is like pretty decent against control. I mean, against aggro or mid-range, I'd say, but against the handlock, it's pretty hard to come back when you're running out of steam.
Yeah. And he hasn't really... Oh, and he gets a really crappy minion. That's one of the worst 2, that and the Parrot, but... So he hasn't really got his opponent down past the 22 life. He hasn't been forced to heal at all. Boombot gets nice trade there, so...
7 mana.
Yeah, I guess 7 mana Dark Bomb. Antonitis, that's interesting. We don't have any spare part generators, so Antonitis just might be in there. Maybe it works for the secret. The Rag gets lucky. Yeah, we're probably...
Yeah, I think the Antonitis is just... It wasn't played before because the spare parts weren't in it. And it got a little showing before GVG with the Freeze Mage, but I think people are just tossing it in random decks just because they see it in other decks.
Okay. Well, we have to note that Tensoku is a highly skilled player. He's like top 300 legend, so he knows what he's doing, but like Stan the Yeti kind of mentioned, the Antonitis doesn't work too well in this deck. It might be able to get a Fireball just from using it on turn 10 with a secret.
I actually wonder if he's like, if this is one of his legend decks or if he's kind of just trying stuff out, because...
That'd be a good point.
I mean, you get the competition versus skilled players. It's just that...
You don't sacrifice legend rank?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I kind of wish I lost a bit more so that I could keep on playing, but...
Yeah. We'll definitely reform the tournament so that that could potentially happen, but Tensoku's kind of in a situation here. He almost just has... If he throws down the Ragnaros, goes for face, he would have lethal next turn with his Hellfires. But that's only like 25% chance. Hellfire's gonna go down now. Wow.
Oh my gosh.
He didn't choose to attack with that. Looks like he was trying to absorb the damage. He probably assumed that it wouldn't die.
Yeah, I never would have thought it would have died, but...
Yeah. Looks like Tensoku's trying to set up a Flame Strike. He may throw down the Naked Antonitis just to pray to God that it actually lives, which it might, unless Swiftest uses Lothab and a Hellfire to kill it. Okay, so keeping the Antonitis, I guess he's saving up for a secret. Now, he pinged the Ancient Watcher. Is there any reason to do that? That almost guarantees that he has to ping the Lothab next turn if he wants to Flame Strike.
Yeah, it's because he's not actually going to get any good Flame Strike value if he pings the Lothab, because his opponent will know that the Flame Strike's coming.
Oh, okay, so he just kind of uses the bait, hopefully gets some nice few targets.
Yeah.
But the Ragnaros is not necessarily a good Flame Strike target.
You require my assistance.
And that's just game right there. Well, actually...
Yeah. Just putting it out there to soak up the damage.
Yeah, and Swiftest wins with 15 life. Alright, so into this game, we were not able to check out Hiramax's hand because we get an error such like this. I think a lot of his friends must be watching. We get the error saying that it's full and such. So spectator mode does not work for Hiramax specifically, so we're gonna have to wait on this a little bit. So we don't know what secret that is, but we do know that this deck is kind of the control style, so it's probably Counterspell, it's probably Mirror Entity. Now Swiftest, depending how he baits this, he could go for a... Could go with the Sunfury Protector. That'd be solid bait for the Mirror Entity. He might be going with the... The Healbot would also be solid. And he starts with the Sunfury Protector. The Mirror Entity does get procced, so that's nice. And that's going to protect him as we go on. He doesn't have any Moltens in his hand just yet, so he wants to play a little bit safe. Stan the Yeti had to go to bed, and he has work tomorrow, so he's not able to join us just yet. So Frostball comes out, gets the Mana Wraith up to 3 attack, and he's going to hold on to Mana Wraith. Probably save it for next turn, hopefully he gets one more spell out to allow it to kill that. As far as minion development from Swiftest, he might do a heal bot. He might just do like a zombie chow. Maybe start with a life tap. Ooh, and he gets a mountain giant. Nice. He's gonna throw that out for 3. And maybe a zombie chow as well. Nice. Okay, so here, Max. This deck probably runs like a polymorph or something, so we might see that played here. Antonidas is going to just get played, and the coin is going to be used. Is the coin... Looks like we might see... Wow! So the Master of Disguise is used, and that was actually picked up from the Unstable Portal. We just didn't see it because we can't see the hand. We're going to check one more time. It's probably not going to work, but we'll just check. Yep, okay. So we can't see the hand, which is no worries. But this Master of Disguise will permanently cloak this guy. It's not like a one-turn thing like Conceal and such. This is permanently cloaked. And Swiftest could answer this with the Shadow Flame on his Giant, but he doesn't have that luxury just yet. So we could potentially just see lethal right here, right now, considering here Max could do 2 fireballs and throw his minions in. So Swiftest has to kill the board with his minions and maybe heal up with a... No, so it looks like he life tapped to try to get the Shadow Flame, but the Loatheb is also very solid. That's going to block out any spell shenanigans. And the board is basically cleared except for the Antonidas, which is pretty scary. Now Hiramax is able to stealth up his Antonidas because the Master of Disguise, which was gotten from the Unstable Portal. So that's like the ultimate RNG play. There was recently a Reddit post where a guy was able to get Mal'Ganis from Unstable Portal and then Master of Disguise from Unstable Portal, which left him permanently invulnerable considering Mal'Ganis was able to stay on the board, and Hiramax decides to unstealth the Antonidas, considering it's protected. And Swiftest has a Molten Giant, so the Molten Giant might go down. And it could be taunted up along with the Mount. Oh, Anti-Killbot looks like it's going to come down. Because he knows that he has at least 1 fireball. He generated 1 fire... Actually... Yeah, it was just generating 1 fireball from the Antonidas, so he knows he has that at least. He could have more. We don't know ourselves. And here, Max, kind of a scary board. He's at solid life, solid cards. But so is... Oh, Sneasel Shredder, okay. So it almost feels like to me that unstealthing the Antonidas was almost a mistake. I think that he should have kept it in stealth for a little bit longer and allow him to pump out the fireballs. Ooh, okay, so a Sneasel Shredder gets as Tomer, and it gets BGH right away, so no rope fun there. There's Dormu. And looks like we're going to have... So Argus is going to come out on 2 creatures. He does not want to taunt up his Molten Giant, considering Black Knight could be potentially a card in this control style mage. And Swiftest in a solid position. The Drunk Bot comes out, and that's not the best play. It looks like he's just gonna ping the face. Now, if he pings the face, that could potentially mean that he has maybe 2 fireballs in his hand. He top decked the other one while generating 1 from Antonitis. And that's what he does. Okay. Now, will we see like a frost? Okay, we see a secret. We have no idea what that secret is, but we can assume that it is maybe a counterspell, maybe a mirror entity. And Swiftest looks like he's going for the anti-Q-bot. He realizes that the ping to face was rather weird. Now we know that it's not mirror entity, so it's probably going to be counterspell. Yeah, Swiftest has no intention of playing a spell anytime soon. Looks like we have Vaporize. Okay, weird. So Vaporize is going to save him on 2 health, but not the best. It's like Twilight Drake's going to be played. Now, this is not a mistake. I know that he played something before Twilight Drake, but he wanted to test if it's mirror entity, so that's why he threw the anti-kill bot out. Twilight Drake could have potentially had 1 more health, but in this case it generally doesn't matter. Here Max is almost forced to have like a Deathwing or something, just to survive. He's going to start with the ping. That doesn't really help him too much. A Fireball onto the Big Game Hunter. That still leaves lethal on the board. And Draxus is in hand, and then... Oh yeah, yep. So here, Swiftest is able to win with 21 life. So we got Hero Max versus Swiftest. And we'll try to get Hero Max's hand once again. We might get an error. Yep, we got the same error. So we might have to spectate this from one side. And here Max looks like he's switching to a Hunter. It might be face, it might be mid-range, but Swiftest is sticking with the exact same deck that he's used the whole time, which is like a Hand Warlock. He's done pretty well with it. He's on 1 win streak. He's up in this series. And turn 1 from here, Max will kind of signify what kind of hunter he is. If he throws down the Leper Gnome, he throws down a Worgen, it's a face hunter. But if he does like a coin Hana Creeper or a coin Mad Scientist, oh, actually he can't do a coin. So if this has the coin, so turn 1 might be kind of dry for a mid-range hunter. So we see the Web Spinner. That is still not a telling card. That could be in both styles of hunter decks. Looks like Ancient Watcher come down. And it will be able to essentially be activated next turn with the Sun Fury Protector. It won't be able to attack, but it will definitely be able to defend. Here Max has a nice dry turn with the hero power.
Job's done.
And going for the life tap, he does not feel too threatened considering we just had a hero power.
To my side.
And Huffer does come down. Huffer, probably one of the more solid minions. Now Swiftest is almost definitely gonna feel threatened. He might go with a Shadow Flame? No. I think probably just a Dark Bomb is fine. You don't need a Shadow Flame. Well, he couldn't even Shadow Flame, so he's probably saving that for next turn. Web Spinner has been there since turn 1, attacking face. And here Max has a really dry turn. Wow. 4 mana, only forced to hero power, so he might have like a Sludge Belcher, hopefully for next turn. Looks like the Argus, or the Defender, will finally get activated. Kind of strange he didn't want to do it with the Sun's Fury Protector, considering the Argus gives better stats. But maybe he deems that the Sun Fury Protector is more flexible and can be used a little bit easier, and right here where he's generally safe, he wants to use the more expensive Taunt Giver and not necessarily go with the life tap with the Sun Fury. The bow's gonna come down, but what else? Will he just bow it twice? Yeah, looks like that's what he's gonna do. He's gonna keep bowing down the taunt. Life or Mortal Coil is really nice, cleans out the Web Spinner. And as far as minion development, he might just tap, yeah. Ooh, okay. That would be really nice. Okay, so he decides to throw it on that side rather than the side with the Argus, so that means that he does not essentially want to taunt up the Argus and the Sun Fairy Protector next turn. He might be throwing it on that side just to taunt up the Mountain Giant. And looks like the Oasis Snapjaw was gotten from the Web Spinner. That's not a standard card. Down to 11 life, and this is kind of strange. Usually hunters will have more of a board development than this, but Hiramax has been forced to weapon a lot and hero power a lot. And Swiftest doesn't have the best response, so kind of awkward turns from both players. Swiftest would really like to see a more Molten Giant right here. Twilight Drake is nice, 8 health. With the taunt, so the Ancient Watcher is basically activated. And with... Now, is that almost lethal? He's got 8 on board. With 3 potential 6 damage from hand, but he can't use it all, so Hiramax is getting close to dying. Swiftest almost has lethal, and at a safe life total, he has the heal bot when he needs it. Sludge Belcher comes down, protect him a little bit. Okay. So anti-kill bot's gonna get him back up to 17. So he's not worried about any kill command stuff coming down. And he taps, okay. And that means that Mountain Giant's gonna be played probably next turn. He has 2 of them. He has yet to play any, so he's generally kind of playing this not necessarily slow, but very safe. And Hiramax, hopefully he's able to develop some minions. This has kind of been a really awkward game for him so far. Man, and Hiramax having some interesting plays. He's trying to figure out exactly... So the Loatheb is going to help him out. That's going to block out any Hellfire lethal potential. And that... Looks like he's finally going to have his turtle actually start trading. The turtle has been sitting on the board for 3 or 4 turns without actually trading. Dr. Boom looks nice. Sylvanas looks nice. Maybe a Mountain Giant. Okay, so Dr. Boom goes down. Now Hiramax would need like a nice Unleash the Hounds, maybe with the Hunter's Mark to actually come back, but sometimes mid-range hunters aren't even running that. We still can't see the hand from Hiramax, so spectator mode is glitching out for us pretty bad. So Unleash the Hounds is used, but does he have anything to go with it? Kill command? Okay. And look, he might trade his boombots, or maybe just go purely for face. As being a hunter, you... Okay, so that's a solid boom hit. 2 to face, that's what you want. Nice low hit. And 3 to face, that's good. Yet that... Okay, so we'll assume that that is a freezing trap, and that would make Dr. Boom cost 9, but still playable this turn. Draxus is nice and safe. As far as testing the trap, let's see what it is. Yeah, we have freezing. So, Dr. Boom now costing 9. No more. Well, yeah, we have one taunt giver left. So, Vomus could be taunted up. Looks like maybe 2 mountain giants? Or. Okay, so they're just gonna play super safe. Play 1 mountain giant, taunt it up, and hopefully be able to survive next turn. Heatermax didn't have any good answers as far as big creatures last turn besides the kill command. So this turn, hopefully he's able to get a Hunter's Mark, but we don't really know. Dr. Boom of his own coming down. Okay, so that's kind of a big deal. But this is lethal. He can just attack his stuff in and then Hellfire. Or Jiraxis, do the extra 3. Nice. So Swiftest is going to win with 9 life. And that's it. Cool. So Swiftest is up to a 2-win streak.